If you're just learning to formulate, then a great formula to get the hang of is a basic body cream, and that's what I'm making today. So here's the formula and recipe for a 100g batch. For information on all the separate ingredients, then check the blog linked in the description below. First of all, we're getting our water phase ready. That's our distilled water and our glycerin, which is our humectant. You want to add that in and then give it a stir so that it evenly dissolves in the water, and then you can put your water phase aside and we'll get on with our oil phase. For the oil phase, we're going to start off with cocoa butter. This again is very good for the skin, helps with elasticity and moisture retention. Then we're going to add safflower oil, very good for inflammation and dry skin, and just pour that in as well. And then emulsifying wax is going to be our emulsifier. We calculate that as approximately 20 to 25% of the total oil phase, and then I've just rounded up. And then we've got cetyl alcohol, which helps to stabilise the formula, and it also gives a nice skin feel. And then we're going to mix that up, and then both the oil phase and the water phase are going to go in a water bath. That's a couple of inches of water in a pan, and then that just controls the heating process, and we'll do that until the oil phase has melted and they're both approximately the same temperature. I recommend weighing your water phase before you do this and after, and replacing any that evaporates. Then when you've taken them off the heat, pour your water phase into your oil phase and use a shear mixer. You can use these, they're handheld mixers, they're available online. And just mix that as much as you can. It will be quite thin at the moment because it thickens as it cools. Shear mix it intermittently while it cools down. And then you can get on to your cool down phase once it reaches 40 degrees C or less. So for the cool down phase, we have vitamin E, which is an antioxidant. Don't confuse this with a preservative, they're two different things, and you only need a little bit of this to serve as an antioxidant. Then we have our D-panthenol, which is an intensely moisturising active ingredient, and that goes in. And then we're adding our preservative. I'm using Saligard, but you can use any broad spectrum water soluble preservative that you're happy with. Just check the pH that it's stable in. And then I'm using some sweet orange essential oil. Because I want that cocoa butter and orange scent to give a kind of chocolate orange scent. And then mix that up a little bit, and then you can hit it with your shear mixer again. So you can adjust the texture of this by changing up the butter. Cocoa butter is quite a hard butter, so switching it to sheer or shea rather, or mango butter will soften this up quite a bit. You can also adjust the oil and butter ratio, or up the water content to make more of a lotion consistency. There are also plenty of actives you can add, such as the D-panthenol that I'm adding here, or saccharide isomerate plus, or allantoin powder, hyaluronic acid, hydrolyzed proteins. There's lots more. Be creative with it, but make sure you do your research. You need to read up on your ingredients, check that they work with your emulsifier, and check that your pH is stable for the active in the formula. As you'll see here, I removed the end of the shear mixer before I started sticking my finger in it. Make sure that you get one with a removable tip, otherwise it could be a bit dangerous. And always wear gloves when you're cleaning it out as well, because obviously that is a blade. Make sure that's all nice and mixed together, and then you can find your jar and jar up your mixture ready to use. So I just got these online. At the moment I'm running out of containers, so I'm just using what I have. This will fit about 100 grams of lotion, so that's perfect. And just fill up your jar. The texture will change overnight. You'll find formulas do normally change their consistency over the course of about 24 hours. They reach their final viscosity, so it does get a little bit thicker, but you can kind of see what it's like now. And let's give it a test. So there you go, that's quite a good starting point for a basic cream formula, and you can just make your own alterations to make it your own, to get the kind of feel that you want, the texture you want, the scent you want, etc. You can even add colour if you want to. If you want a more advanced formula using some different ingredients, then I've got a really great recipe over on my Patreon. Access is only from £4 a month for lots of exclusive recipes, experiments and UK regulatory and business help. I also do a bit of mentoring. I also have lots of formulas on this channel, so go and subscribe so you don't miss any, and I'll see you next time.